welcome to Awakened Wild Child Tarot. Welcome to this space. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. And we're going to be pulling some cards today to get those divine messages to you in the right moment, whatever it is that you need them. These readings are timeless, so if you have come and, gotten somehow into this video, it's because it is for you. There is a powerful message here for you. Take what resonates with you, leave the rest behind, and let's get started. But before we start, please make sure that you're subscribed, because my cat Mia here, she has a problem with those who are not subscribing. And believe me, you don't want to piss off this cat. So please go ahead and subscribe, make us both very happy. And let's go to the cards, all right? All right. All right. I call upon our angels. I call upon our spirit guides, our ancestors, our loved ones, all the beings that help us on our journey. Let's see what this is about. I have already set the intention, meditated on the cards, and we're going to be kind of like revealing one by one. So the first one that we have here is the Nine of Swords. Maybe you have been suffering with anxiety. Maybe you have been someone who has struggled with anxiety in the past. Stress, worry, whether circumstantial because of what's happening around you at the time, or as a more kind of like chronic thing. But what I see here is that there is a very strong protective energy. And even when anxiety is like kind of creeping on you, I don't know if you can see this snake here. It's like this, the snake is crawling over like her arm. And I don't know, I get the sense that even if anxiety has a way to like get under your skin, your spirit guides, unconditional love, the divine, it has your back. And of course, it matters like where and why this is coming from, right? Like the anxiety, is there a circumstance that is bringing it up, flaring it up? But sometimes it is spiritual in nature. You know, sometimes if we have any kind of like energy parasites or any kind of like vulnerable, energetic body, stuff like that, it gets like amplified. And obviously it gets better as much as we can take care of our physical body. That's, in response, what's going to make it better. So I'm having a little bit of trouble explaining what I'm trying to explain. I feel like words are difficult at the time. That is not normally a sensation that I feel when I do the readings. So that could be talking about your situation right now. You may have trouble expressing yourself, expressing how you feel, what you want. It may not be easy for you to really have the clarity and fully like get your point across. Sometimes there could be anxiety around communication. There could be anxiety around not being able to fully translate what you're feeling. That could be the case. That could have a role, could have kind of like a part in this. But know that you are protected. Know that the divine is here for you, showing up as this big, beautiful bear. The bear has meanings of and connotations to like unconditional love, right? Protection, the protection from like a mama bear, right? Like fierce. Very, very fierce protection. Now we have the Ace of Pentacles. You may be feeling stressed or worried around finances or something that has to do with the physical realm. Could possibly be something related to the home, to health, to something in the material space, in the material world, okay? The Ace of Pentacles usually talks about a brand new beginning that is actually very exciting, very uplifting, inspiring, and it is assured success. But in this part, it is coming up in the challenge position. So the fact that you're maybe having a hard time getting to that new beginning or manifesting a new beginning, following a plan for something new, it could be bringing you anxiety. Maybe even if you're doing everything right, the fact that you're doing something new and getting out of your comfort zone could be bringing you a little bit of worry. Know that you are safe though. You are safe no matter what. Even if you feel like circumstances are dire, even if you look around and you feel like you're surrounded by risks or threats, know that the divine can handle it all. It's like instead of seeing all of these swords, sometimes life feels like we are surrounded by swords. It's like if I move a little bit to the left, I can bump into this sword. Meaning, if I distract myself or lose focus, I can get in trouble here, or I can get in trouble there, or you know what I mean? Like sometimes we may feel like we're just a little bit in a state of like constant danger, whether that is bills to pay or expenses to cover, whether that is like health situations, diagnoses, whether it is just an overwhelming sense of like a lot happening, maybe family stuff. It could be so many things. And the life of each one watching this video is different, okay? But know that even if it feels this way, if you feel caged, in reality, things are this way, which is like a field of beautiful flowers. I'm hearing dandelions. There's a beautiful song about that. Field of dandelions or whatever. So it's like they're reassuring you constantly. Don't worry. You don't need to worry. They understand why you worry, but they also can tell you with complete confidence that you're good. Then we have the Hierophant reversed. Some of you may have some kind of worry or stress around a relationship that maybe is already like a marriage, right? Or is something that maybe is being spoken about. Maybe some of you had a divorce recently or at some point in your life. Maybe some of you may have had, oh my God, there's so many things that could be, right? So I'm going to tell you all the possibilities and you pick what applies for you. If nothing applies for you, that's fine. You can just ignore it. So this could be you having a fallout or a distancing from a Taurus person. This in the recent past. This could have been, because this is showing up in the recent past. Okay, so maybe like falling out of love with a specific spiritual path or religious path or group or something that was supposed to make you feel closer to God, yet somehow it's like its shadow was a big turnoff. That's what I see here. Some of you have really shifted and changed what you find important as far as like marriage goes. That could be a message as well. Regardless, what I see here is that you have really chosen your path, whether you have done it consciously or whether you have just, by simply being authentic, by being yourself, you have really traced the lands in the sand, because you stand up for what you believe. You may not be fully able to articulate what it is exactly that you believe or who it is exactly that you believe in, but you know what is right and you know what is wrong. And there was something about here in the past that was just not it. Maybe around your beliefs, again, a cult, group, a tradition, a religion. There was something here that you were like, I see what you're trying to do here, but that's not it. Like, I know what the light is to me. You may be someone who's not religious, but instead you're like spiritual. You may be kind of like more open-minded in that sense. And we see the Three of Wands in the present moment. So you are waiting for your ships to come in. You have already put in effort. You have already put in devotion, energy. You have already completed certain tasks, navigated certain rough seas. And now you're waiting for the results. You're waiting for the progress. You're waiting for the metrics, the analytics, the money coming in, the result of your efforts. And you see that your ships are coming in. It's like you can see them at the distance, meaning that there are confirmations that things are getting better. However, they're not in your hands yet, the results. For example, what would this mean? How would this look? Let's say that you did the work, you applied for a loan or a mortgage or something. It is approved. So it's like confirmed that you are getting this, that your ships are coming in, okay? However, they haven't given you the money yet. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's not in your hand, but it's already confirmed. So it's already happening. And I see that you're trying to be patient, you know, that you are keeping yourself in the best light possible, trying not to get that anxiety, you know, trying for anxiety not to get the best of you, really. Then we have the Two of Cups in the near future, and this is absolutely beautiful. This is, I think, one of the most positive cards we've had so far with the Ace of Pentacles. However, the Ace of Pentacles is a little bit debilitated because of the spread, right? Where this card falls. Now, whatever falls in this position of the reading is talking about the challenge. So it's a little debilitated there, but it's a very good card. And now we have here the Two of Cups. This talks about a future that is bright, a future that is surrounded by people who love you properly, who love you transparently, who respect you, who tell you the truth at all times. They don't hide anything from you. This person and group of people, I feel like you're going to get better friends, better partners. You know, if you're single and you want a relationship, I see someone coming in here that is absolutely right for you, okay? And this may be someone you're already talking to. This may be someone you're already getting to know, because they are showing up here as in the present. You may see them at a distance. It's like they're somewhere in the picture, but they're not fully, like, you know, with you just yet. Maybe this is someone that you're talking to that lives abroad. Maybe this is someone that, you know, you're planning to go on a date with. Whatever it is, if it's romantic in nature, it looks very, very good. So whatever is starting at this time, or whatever is working at this time in that area, is just going to get better. Now, friendships. You're going to be attracting a lot of like mama bear personalities. Okay, I'm sorry about the zoom, by the way. Like the focus of the video is kind of like glitching a little. I don't know if it's the lighting or what it is, but I see that you're attracting people who will stand by your side, people who will protect you, people who will care for you, people who are not playing about how much they love you, okay? And as far as family goes, your family connections, if you allow it, are also going to be deepening. I feel like some of you have relationships that are never really going to be all that great because of narcissistic traits, because of personality disorders, whatever it may be, resentments from the past. But I do feel like you're going to reach a balance in which all of your relationships, it's like you're content. Most of them, you're really happy. Most of them, you are thrilled and like super excited and joyful about how you're being treated. Some of them are going to be more like, well, you know what, I'll tolerate you, you tolerate me, let's be respectful and kind, even if we don't see eye to eye. I see your relationships getting better in general. So if that's a concern that you have had at any point, know that it is going to get better. You're also going to be feeling more energized, okay? So whenever this video finds you, if it's close to when it was posted or years afterwards, it doesn't matter. These are timeless readings, and these are not readings made by sign. If you are here listening, it's because there's probably something here for you. Now, the Four of Pentacles here showing up is letting me know that you are coming out of a hibernation period almost. You may have had times in which you really needed to rest, recharge. You may have been, you know, feeling very depleted, exhausted, drained. That is changing now, okay? That is changing now. You're going to have a whole lot more energy to be who you are, to do what you want to do. In the environment, you're going to see very clearly that which is valuable for you. Everything around you is going to like help you to continue a path of persistence and discipline and sticking to things. This is not an environment that is gonna like tell you to let go. What's happening with the focus of this thing? Sorry guys, it must be really dizzying. Like it's getting me dizzy. How can that apply for the reading? Maybe you have a hard time focusing, maybe focusing or finding the ideal focus is something that comes and goes. Maybe you have like ADHD or something, or you're maybe like dyslexic or have some kind of like neurodivergent profile, and it may be a little bit hard for you to like focus. This could also be related to the sight as well, so that could have something to do with it. Take it if it resonates. It may definitely not, and that's fine. So this card, the Eight of Cups, in the reverse in the environment, is like someone is trying to hold on to you. Someone, something, maybe a group of people, maybe someone is trying to keep you in their life. But I feel like naturally that is changing. Some of you may be a little bit intimidated by, not intimidated, that's not the word that I'm getting. It's more like you want money, finances, luxury, you want success, recognition, fame. You want all those things, but you want them in a way that is like healthy. It's like you're not willing to become famous if it's gonna ruin your life. Like you're not willing to be rich if that's gonna like bring some kind of like awful side of you out. It's like there's fears connected to what you want apparently, and related to like how well you want to live as far as like lifestyle and stuff like that. So rest assured that money is an amplifier of energy. Whatever it is that you already are is amplified. That's why, you know, bad people with money do bad things with it, and good people with money do great things with it. And you know, it's like it really does depend on your heart. And there could be fear of not knowing, you know, if it's gonna change you, if it's gonna bring something out in you. But Spirit is saying, no, that's not the case. You're definitely, like, all the blessings that you receive are going to be amplifiers and avenues for you to make the world a better place, which ultimately, in some way, I know you want. Then we have the Queen of Swords, and this one in particular looks kind of like beaten up, okay? I don't know if you can see her face here. I don't know if you can see that, but she has like a lot of wrinkles and a lot of like scars, it seems. You are becoming someone who is less emotional and more objective. You are becoming tougher, okay? You are someone who, moving forward, you're going to speak your mind, you're going to say what you need to say, you're going to stand up for your beliefs, and if someone doesn't like it, they don't like it. The thing is, you're going to be attracting more and more people that get you. So it's not going to be needed for you to have this front up, you know? There could be a need to develop thicker skin, almost, to learn how to not care about what people say about you, about how people think of you, see you. I feel like you may look very, very tough on the outside, but you may be very vulnerable on the inside. And honestly, you are strong as fuck. Like, it doesn't matter if you are in a state of vulnerability, emotional, you know, or if you're in a state of like badass energy. Regardless, in the background, the strength that you have is not something that wavers. It's not something that like comes and goes. You're always in that strength. But now you're going to be attracting people that are going to be aware of your strength. They're going to be celebrating your strength instead of like abusing it. Celebrating your boundaries instead of abusing them. That's what I'm getting here. So let's get some additional messages from the Oracle to see. Please comment below. Let me know if this resonates with you. Please let me know if any bit in particular resonates with you, because I always love to hear it. These readings, just reading for a specific sign is already super broad because there's so many people that watch each video, right? So reading a sign-less reading, it's kind of different. And I just want to make sure that this is providing you with what you, I don't know, hope to receive. Besides a good time and hanging out, obviously, and all of that. So I do feel like it doesn't even matter if you are watching a reading for a different sign. if you pay attention and you're open, you're probably gonna get something out of it, regardless, whether that is a quote, a song recommendation, a book recommendation, a good advice. It doesn't really matter necessarily that much if it resonates. Of course, if it does resonate, it's like a million times better. But when it doesn't, you're never really wasting time when you watch these videos, because there's something good that comes through always. So let's see. What is the takeaway here for those watching? Okay, so we have card number 7. We have the Moon. Okay, so what I'm getting is that some of you are very sensitive energetically, right? And in your darkness, I feel like those of you who have like a monthly cycle, the hormones really do amplify your anxiety and how you see things or perceive them, in a positive light or a negative light. So that darkness that comes in as a veil over your eyes, sometimes once a month, like pay attention to that and see what is your real perspective of life and how this kind of throws this like veil over you once a month. Try to identify it. Now, if that doesn't apply for you, try to identify at this time with the phases of the moon that we're all subjected to. When the moon is full, when the moon is new, how do you feel in each part? And try to like understand how that affects you so that you know yourself better. There is incredible depth in you. You already have gone through so many emotional situations. I feel like now you're going to be building up this empire, and that's what people is going to be able to see in the surface, like this huge castle, these beautiful views, luxury, comfort, all things good, right? But you have developed a very deep, profound understanding of life, of trauma, of pain, of spirit. It's like all of these beautiful results that you're going to be manifesting very soon here, they are created in very solid ground. Like the foundation, you're doing things for the right reasons, and they're staying in your life and being contained and supported because of the right reasons. It's like you have already put in the work. So your emotional aspect, your story, your narrative, it really does, it's kind of like in sync with what you're creating. Dark matter, card number 38, mystery. Dark matter. So in shamanism, I studied different types of shamanism. And in Peruvian shamanism, we have an altar that we called there's different ways to call it, but I call it the mesa. It's like the misa, or whatever. There's different ways of calling it. And in the fabric, it's a piece of fabric that you fold a certain way, and inside you contain your sacred items, and it's kind of like your altar. It's kind of like a altar to go kind of thing. And with that, you do the energy healings and all the things that, come from that tradition specifically. In the fabric, they represent matter and antimatter. They represent all aspects and all dualities, okay? This is making me think of how you yourself are your own altar. You, with all of your darkness and all of your light, you with all of your positive emotions and negative emotions, it's like you are the universe, held and contained within your human form. When you feel powerless, remember that. When you feel at odds with parts of who you are, remember that. You are the whole multiverse contained within your human form. You have access to all the wisdom in the universe. It's all within you, because you are everything. I hope that makes sense. So yeah, let me know if this resonated at all, or if you took something positive out of the reading. I hope that you did. Please go ahead and subscribe. Otherwise, my cat Mia might have a bit of a problem, and you don't want to piss her off. She's a cutie, she's a sweetie, but when she's mad, run away. So please subscribe so she doesn't get upset. I love you so much. I'll see you in the next reading. Bye.